Hey, what's up, guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome to another stream for this event, The End of Time. And so I see there's a few people that have already joined me, and so I just wanted to welcome all of you. So Duppy, Queen Femme Fatale, welcome to the stream, as well as Noelina, Catherine, and Judge of All. Hello, everybody. And so today is going to be the day where we're going to take a look at some of your cards, and also we're going to help get some teams going, just to sort of answer some questions as well. I also want to take this opportunity to kind of talk about, how the event's going and how the quests are going. I'm also curious to see what your event's like right now, how you're progressing through. I'll kind of talk about where I'm at right now too. So I've been playing very passively. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a battle right here. I'll kind of show you what I'm using. I'm actually not using my event team, actually, just because I find it a little faster to use the one that I'm used to using. And so I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. And in the meantime, what I'll do is I will start getting some names down, and also just make sure that we don't forget about people who need help here. And I'm actually looking for somebody who has a green team. I guess I can use the Jinjombre. That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually okay with me. So I'm actually using my Earth Tech deck right here, so that it's just, for waves, it's just, this is one of my favorite teams to use for Crusaders for a while. And I kind of just settled in on doing this. And I guess, what I could do is I could have actually shown how to use the event deck here. And I probably will do that in a challenge deck or something later on. But I also have a couple of deck ideas. I actually just uploaded a video not too long ago, so that you can check it out as well. It kind of talks about how to use this particular event deck. And so if you have questions, hopefully that helps you out. And also we'll be talking about that during this stream here. So let's just kind of take a look, and we can see that we've also got some more people joining me here. So we got Sandy, Elisa, Scum, Bucket, John Wilson, as well as Chimengong and Cool Beans. Welcome to the deck here. And I see Judge of All, I guess. So you have a deck that you would like to check out as well. I will definitely take a look at there. And Domino76, welcome to the stream here. Gary Castle and Cindy Syndrome Gaming, welcome. And also that's Ronan here. So welcome to the stream here. And so basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of, showing a team that isn't the event deck. And in fact, this is not even a Generation 3 deck here. So for some of you, this might actually be a deck that you haven't seen before. But this was one of those decks where this was introduced when this was introduced in an event where they actually made the boss level go up to 500. And the collections for that particular event was just absolutely insane, impossible to collect. So if you kind of think back to those days, the collections that we sort of had to go through, it's actually not so bad, right? If you think about it, because that was terrible. But I actually think that the collection this time, for the way we can get them, the points, the event quest, isn't too bad. I feel like it's a little bit better, and I'm going to explain why that is. So again, so the setup looks good, the framing looks good. Thanks a lot, everybody. I've just kind of been playing around a lot, and I think this is probably the style that I'm kind of going to go with. I also tried for the first time doing a non-stream video with the same setup here, so give me some feedback and let me know what you think. And so that was I'm basically one away from doing the last level there. I typically don't do this. Like before they introduce quests, I actually would just stay on level 1 and just kind of go through all of that. And so that was basically the main change for me. Now, let's see here. I just want to see. So Judge of All, you need some help. I totally understand. And, I'm going to go ahead and put some names down, actually. And let me go ahead and do this first. I need to introduce, there you go. Let me go ahead and add some name in here. I think we got Duppy Conqueror. And we've got Judge of All. And then let me take a look at who else is in here as well. We've got, let's see, Queen. Yep, so we can take a look at yours. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of looking in different monitors because I need to be able to type. But I am definitely looking at the chat as well, so I can make sure that I get everybody's name here. And let's see, Cyan John. All right, so kind of similar to the last stream where I did the the sort of the deck building exercise. I'll take 4 names, and then I'm going to take a look as well at the next set of people afterwards. But first, let's, I just want to talk about the quest first, then we're going to jump right into helping people out. And so how did you feel about it? I personally felt like the quests have actually been a little bit easier. So if you take a look, the number of bosses in between seem to have kind of gone down. I'm at the, let's see, for solo bosses, 3 out of 4 right now. I'm already at 70 and, just need to kill 100. It's actually a little bit easier to get through this time. It feels like I haven't gone to tier 4 just yet, so I can't really say. And guild bosses has also been a little bit easier. It just feels like the number's a little bit lower. I haven't really gone through as many overkill and ultra kill just yet. I'm kind of running out of keys there, and it's also just kind of the second day. And so I, just kind of going through, and I feel like it's not too bad. I've got so far 2,000 points, but we do need 9,000, right? So it's not like last Slayer where you only need 4,000. We do need 9,000. And so we'll see, I guess, in, third or fourth day how it goes. And I'm less interested in the dust, to be honest, because I don't expect to use the dust to actually get anything, but I am really interested in getting the shard, the Bastion shard. So that is the one thing I'm going to go for. And how about you? I actually did go up to tier 4 for the ultra rare pack, but I didn't get it, unfortunately. So I'm just going with the Master Collection card there. All right, so let's go ahead and do our first person on the list, and that is Duppy Conqueror. And for being the first in a stream in almost all the streams, you do get the benefit of being the first one I take a look at. All right, so let's see here. And I also haven't got the relic. If you pay attention to my gem count, I've got 169 after pulling tier 4 of the pack. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait until the event is over before I get my relic. And Gary Castle got 2 event relics at tier 2. Congratulations. And Syndrome Gaming, why am I only 4x? That's a good question. I kind of said to myself, I'm going to start lower, and then maybe I'll go up to 10 times for the next time. Like, the frame's going to change. You're going to see some evolution, and I'm going to start introducing some pink stars, but I need to earn my way up there, I guess. Like maybe, after every certain number of streams, I'll evolve myself a little bit. We'll see. So keep an eye on that. All right, Duppy, so let's take a look at your cards. And so, I'm going to take a guess and see maybe this is the one that you have. Now, I don't actually have Kildrome, so I don't remember how he works here. But so you'll spawn up to 7 Light Power Gem 2s at a rate. Okay, so you need to get to basically 300 skill point to get the maximum number of number of power gems there. And also, if you have 3 stacks of Electric Hellstorm, then they're upgraded to Power Gem 4s. So you definitely want to make sure you have electrocute checks there, and which you do, and you have the 3 fates, as well as Hellboy BPRD agent. This is a really good card. It generates spawns 8 light gems, so they can really help get the rest of the board filled with gems there. And then you have Doers, which I think is the event card that does the same thing, right? 6 light power gems, but it doesn't get converted to higher level power gems. So that's a pretty good set of cards right there. And I would say that, you've got all of your light relics there. And I see you have a couple of Slayer relics in here, though. So this is the thing that I would say that Hellboy's gun, does it actually create a power gem? So he creates 1 light gem. I guess that's okay. But then the other one that you have in here, which is another Slayer Excalibur, this will only create a light power gem 3 if you have an honor. Oh, so there is an honor. So that's actually a really good play. Yeah, so that's actually really really good idea. I didn't even think about that. So if you use Hellboy, you can use both the Slayer relic as well as the you can use the Slayer relic here, and you can also get the commander bonus. So that's actually really good. It's just that you won't get quite as many gems there. But I guess you have others to work out. So I actually like this team right here. I'm not sure if I mean, I'll take a look at the other cards, but so far I like what I'm seeing. If there's anything else, so the Sugar Plum Fairy doesn't really have a place in here because you need the electric Executrix in order to power up your Kildrome, and so she definitely needs to stay. and you got the three fates, and I would imagine that's all you have for the event card. Yeah, so I think that what you got right now is also how I would have paired it up, because I wouldn't take out Doris for a Sugar Plum Fairy because it doesn't make sense. So I think that and you get an extra power gem there. So the only thing would be, pick and choose. You can try and take out Hellboy and put in Sugar Plum Fairy. That would be the only change that I would consider. Besides that, I think that you got a good team here. So I would stay with this. And let me know if you're already having success playing this deck, or if you feel like you need some help with actually playing it. But based on what I'm seeing, I think that I think that's actually really good. So I like that team. So I actually wanted to talk about this as well. So Hellboy isn't a bad card at all, considering that it's a card that's both, it's a combination of Slayer as well as Commander, and also, Bounty card. And you can really see him being useful here, especially to sort of fill out the board there. All right, so let's take a look and see what else is going on in the chat here. Okay, so Queen Femme Fatale, I will definitely be getting to you. You're third on the list. And Uko, I will put that in there next as well. And I see Gary Royal as well. Hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. So we just went through Duppy's cards, and I was talking about how I actually really liked Hellboy as a card. I think that I'm enjoying him more. And let's see. So Noah Leah, you wanted to know what I think about the relic specializations and the features missing. So I do have some thoughts about that. I will talk about it right afterwards. So I think that it's pretty interesting. I actually really like this event specialization for the relic. It's just that it's too bad I don't really think I'll ever go for multiple relics, but I actually really like what they're doing there. And so Syndrome Gaming, I think it's just like you have more frequent points. Like you notice if you kind of play through, you will actually see more quest points, which is actually kind of nice. All right, so let's take a look. And Dawn, I just saw your message as well, so I will add you there as well. So Felicia. All right, so let's take a look at the cards for Judge of All. And I think you told me the team name. And let's see, I might have just gone right past it. Yeah, so I believe it's this team right here, which is Liv. All right, I'm just gonna let it be there. And so let's see, you're using Drosselmeyer, so that's also one of the cards I'm using there. You got the 3 Fades, and you got the Inviolable Saturn, and you got Primal Guardian and the Sniping Watchhawk. So this is going to be a good team for sort of longer fight, but I'm curious if you're having a hard time with one keying the Legends there. Because the thing with Primal Guardian and also the Sniping Nighthawk is that you're losing a little bit on the damage, and also you need more turns. So having one key sort of as the as the tag there, you're going to lose out on the overall health that you need to stay longer. And so I would imagine this would probably be the option for you for overkill bosses. And if that's the case, then let's see, you've got, I think having the Sniping Nighthawk is the good choice there. And you got this creature relics there. But let's take a look and see what we can do if there is a better option for you to go through your one key scenario. So the thing is, like with the whole quest thing, like overkill objectives for solo legends is not as important unless you really care about leveling up. And so I think that if you are able to just get the kill, you just need 21 billion for a level 300 legend boss there. So let's see if we can do something there. And so with Drosselmeyer, I think actually what I really liked is I really like pairing up the 2 copies of Electric Executrix. So I did the last time when it was in its own event. When you put these 2 together, you actually get pretty good heal. And if you could put in a Light Scepter, you're actually going to survive long enough even with a single key. And so let's see what we can do. So it basically heals every turn. And so that's going to be really helpful. And so I think this is one of those situations where I feel like if you were to survive long enough. So if you have 2 copies of Electric Executrix, you have Drosselmeyer. That's 3 right there. I wonder if maybe putting in Steadfast Nutcracker and then putting in the Primal Guardian, even if you only get a few power gems, I think if you can survive 6 turns or 7 turns, that is at least 6 to 7 power gem 2s. That might help. That might actually help you get the damage you need for the single key there. And then for the 3 key overkill or ultra kill, I think this is for your ultimate boss. Okay, yeah, so you can do that with 1 key. You're just asking for the ultimate kill. I'll be honest with you. I can show you my deck. I can't go past level 1, and so I'm not sure, based on what I'm seeing with your cards here, I'm not sure that it's going to be possible, because this card, your Master Collection card, also doesn't have any killer bonus against the ultimate boss. And so if you're talking about the one that you summon using the 4 tokens, I'm not sure this team will necessarily be good. If you want to do that, then you need better heal. I would put in Aladdin. Do you have Aladdin there? So let's take a look and see if you have that, because health is going to be your biggest problem. And so if you have Aladdin, yeah, so I think you should put in Aladdin instead. I would put in Aladdin. Honestly, I would put Aladdin in over maybe Sniping Watchhawk. That might be better, just because like you're going to lose a bit of intensity, but your health is going to be the biggest problem. And so that would be what I would yeah, so this one's for the ultimate, this one is going to be what you use for the one in Crusade, and this one for the ultimate boss. Then I would say you might have issues with health. So let me know if that helps. So I'm having trouble myself with the ultimate boss. So unfortunately, I'm not sure if I'll be able to help you, but reach out to me afterwards, and then I will see if we can work on it together. Sorry about that. I think that, ultimate boss this time for me is sort of my kryptonite as well. All right. So I'm going to move on to Queen Femme Fatale, just to see what, I just want to try and get through as well some of the other people, and hopefully be able to help out there. So again, Judge of All, sorry, I hope I got what you're asking for, and I hope that I answered some of the questions you have. I don't think I gave the best answer there, but hopefully, based on what we just talked about, maybe you could get some ideas from there. And like I said, if not, go ahead and feel free to message me, reach out to me afterwards, we can talk. Alrighty? Okay, so let's see what Queen is running with. So event deck number 1, and that would probably be a Dart. Okay, so you got Sweet Savior, so that's good. And so I think if you're going to use a deck, I definitely think that using Sweet Savior is going to be a really good choice, and I'll tell you the reason why. And so you've got Divine Destinies, which is the ultra rare card, and you've got Steadfast Nutcracker as well as Durus, and you've got Sweet Savior. So these are all really good cards to use here. Like you might have a little bit of a hard time against the really big bosses, but I think this should not be a problem for you if you wanted to try. So let's remember what the ultra rare card does here. So the Divine Destinies will basically create 1 light power gem 2. So what it will do is, you would basically want to play this like you would a support card, and at the end of it, you are going to create 3 light power gem 2. So it's not a whole lot. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal there. And so you want to pair it with other power gem spawners. So Steadfast Nutcracker is going to be one. Durus is going to be another. And if you wanted to do Durus, I think what this card does is it'll create 6, but you need 300. So you wouldn't really need Electric Executrix, but instead you definitely want to have Sweet Savior, because Sweet Savior is going to also create 3 light power gem 2s. And so this is also going to increase the damage that the boss will take. So you definitely want to have this card in there. And so I would say try this team: Divine Destinies, Steadfast Nutcracker, Durus, Sweet Savior, and I would guess probably... so envelope. So I would probably put in. Actually, I would do Divine Destinies, Steadfast Nutcracker, Inviolable Saturn, Sweet Savior. So that's 4 right there. And then for your 5th card, then I guess I would put in Doers. So you're going to get the maximum number of power gems, and also your Divine Destinies will be able to power up your Inviolable Saturn. So remember, what you want to do is you want to activate your ultra rare card first. Then when the Chevron shows up, activate Inviolable Saturn as well as Sweet Savior, Steadfast, Nutcracker, and Doers, and you're going to get the maximum number of power gems there. So give that a try. You should have a good team there. So that would be the thing that I would change out. So you don't need the 3 Fates in this case. Switch out 3 Fates for your Savior. Okay. So let's take a look. And cool beans, I do have Discord. I typically don't use it as much, but I do have it. So if you are looking for me to join your server or something, let me know and we can talk about that as well. All right, so let's move on to Cyan John. Typed on my keyboard instead of on my phone. So let's try this. So Cyan John, did I get that wrong? So let me take a look here. Oh, there's no space. Okay, that's my bad. All right, let's take a look at what you're using here, and you are using Curators of Pain, so that's a really good card there. You got 2 copies of the support card and 2 Inviolable Saturn. So let's see if there's another team that you're using there. And I also see that you have Eternal Chronos. Unfortunately, it's just, really too bad that those cards are not as useful anymore nowadays. All right, so let's take a look, and we will do Light. And let's see, start with Commander. So you have the Inventive Invocators, which is an amazing card because it creates 8 Light Power Gen 4s. So I would definitely want to try and take advantage of that. And it also increases the damage that an enemy takes. So by itself, this card is really good, and you just need 50 skill points. And so you definitely want to include him. Curators of Pain will spawn Power Gen 4s, and I think this is the one where you kind of have to power up yourself. I can't remember how this works because I never got the event card and I never got the Master Collection card. So but I would imagine you can use this. I think I can't remember if you needed the support card to go with it, but if you're running Curators of Pain and you have the Inventive Invocators, these 2 are really great already. And then you've got then I would guess all you would need then is the Inviolable Saturn plus the 3 Fates, because then you can double up the number of power gems that this creates. And so it would be a fortune thing. So I would say, the 3 Fates, 2 copies of Inviolable Saturn, and the 2 ultimate forms that you've got there. But I don't see that in your team. So I'm curious if maybe you've played around and you feel like this team that you're working with is dealing better damage there. I'm not sure, but give that a try and see, so you got, the only thing that's different here is instead of 2 copies of the 3 Fates, you just really need the 1. And so try replacing one of your support cards with Innovative Invocator and see how that works out. All right, missing a lot of chat. I see a lot of people talking down there, and I'm going to also make sure I update the names in here, since it is a little bit outdated. So I apologize for that. It's a little bit hard to keep track of everybody's names here. So I do apologize. Give me a second here as I look through. And we've got Chaplain, Alice, Onxie, and also we've got Uko. UKKO. I think that looks like a UKK 0. So we'll try that and hopefully that will work. And questions not there yet. The LGP. Okay, I'm looking at, sorry about that. I am just looking at the 3rd and 4th names I saw there. Okay. Felicia. So Dawn, I am going to type in the right name here. So Felicia, and then one more name I think I saw. Yeah, and I think what I'm gonna try and do is if I can build a deck, I'll also play out just to kind of show you. But because I don't have the event card, it's really a little bit hard for me. So I also just uploaded a video not too long ago that kind of showcased a little bit, and I'll play a little bit as well. So, all right, so let's start with Chaplain, and drink a little bit of water there. And Zuzu Mac Duck, I just saw your message as well. I will definitely put you in there. So let me just go ahead and put your name down as well. So Guard Senga Steel. Guard Senga Steel. All right, and so let's go ahead and take a look at Chaplain. Let's see. Okay. So we got event 1, Light Commanders, event cards, and you've got a Master Collection card there. So you got Janice, so that's good. And you got the Invaluable Saturn, and you got the Golden Warrior, and the 3 Fates. I can actually do that, except for I don't have Invaluable Saturn. But let's take a look at your cards here. But so far, I like that option that you got there. So I guess the question here for all of you, is it more on the turn activation? Because if it is, I might actually just, play a deck, show you how it works, and then we can kind of go back to talking about the cards, because it kind of looks like you guys are already building out a pretty relatively good team there. Like, I don't really find myself having to really give a lot of suggestions, and so we will see. And if you're looking for ultimate bosses, I can sort of show you how mine worked out, but it took quite a bit of effort. And so let's see what you got. So we've got Janice, so you definitely want to have that. And if you wanted to use Janice, then you do need to have a 3 Fates. So those are the 2 cards you definitely want in there. And then the Inviolable Saturn. So those are the 3 cards there. And if you're using the Golden Warrior, then you want to make sure that you can actually fill out the you want to be able to make sure that you can actually fill out the board. And so in that case, actually, do you have Hellboy? I thought I saw, yeah, so Hellboy is actually going to be a better choice for you there. So then if you want to use Golden Warrior, then what you'll want to do is you want to wait for the 3 Fates to activate. And then you got Janice and also Inviolable Saturn to activate, and then activate Hellboy before activating Golden Warrior. So then you can maximize the number of power gems on the board. And if you do that, that would be that would actually not be too bad. But you also have Doers here, so, and also you have Steadfast Nutcracker. So another option you can have, instead of putting in your Golden Warrior here, I would actually take a look at your event deck 1. So you got Janice, let's see here. So event 1 here, you got Janice and Inviolable Saturn, Doers, 3 Fates. I think, Golden Warrior is not bad, but you can probably also put in the Steadfast Nutcracker. That will probably do about the same, if not more, because you're going to have a Generation 3 hero in your card instead of a Generation 2. So you can actually deal a little bit more damage overall. So I like this deck here. I like the deck that you built, Event 1. I would just give that a little tweak. And, basically, if you're going to use the Golden Warrior, you want to bring in more cards that can generate more light gems. Okay. And that will actually be more helpful. So this is the team I would go with. Tweak that a little bit and let me know what you think. Okay. And the next person, we've got Uko. And I'm going to try it with a 0 and see if that works out. And that looks like it might be it. Okay. And so let's see. And I just want to make sure I catch up on the chat as well. Make sure that I don't miss everybody here. And we've got Mount Failmore. The list continues to grow, and I just want to say, I appreciate all of you guys, really, being supportive here and just coming out and, really just, I'm just really happy to be here and, spending this time with you guys. And I do want to try and get through everybody. So if I can't, as always, let me know and I will reach out to me afterwards and I can try and see what I can do. Dark Summoner Orianna. Okay. And so let's see here. So Syndrome Gaming, you don't need Electrotrix with Curators. Thank you for letting me know. I don't actually, I haven't played with that deck enough to really be able to give really good recommendations. So I appreciate giving the feedback in here. And I just see some more people joining the stream here. So Jim Paulson, Lee Smith, Billy Fritz, and Jeffrey Lee. I'm Kiko. Welcome to the stream here. So I'm just kind of going down the list right here. And I know that Kiko, I've probably skipped you in the past before, so I'm going to definitely add you in here as well. Now, I'm Kiko. I don't know. Let me know if this is your actual in-game name. If so, I will do that. Okay. So right now we're looking at Uko's profile, and so let's take a look and see what we got going on. And I'm going to try and speed it up a little bit. We kind of talk through sort of the various choices. And I see that you're using the event, the Master Collection card from the Hellboy event. That's actually a pretty interesting idea because you can get 3 power gems. I think it's 3 power gems right there, right? So if you have 8 or more light power gems on the board, you can also increase the hero. You can create 3 light power gems. And so that's at least a power gem spawner. So that's a good option right there. Let's take a look at your commanders first, though. I did actually think about potentially running the Hellboy deck just to see how that works. I haven't tried it just because I don't have enough keys, so I was kind of trying it. Okay, so take care, Ronan Ross or Syndrome Gaming. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so let's take a look here. So you got Drosselmeyer, good card, Inviolable Saturn, and okay, and you got Primal Guardian as well as Sugar Plum Fairy and the 3 Fates, Electric Executrix. What to do here? So I believe you are going to get more damage if you use the Innovator Drosselmeyer, Inviolable Saturn, the 3 Fates, Sugar Plum Fairy, and I guess probably probably this card. I don't remember the name anymore, so let me just go back to the Slayer. So Untitled, that actually might not be a bad idea. I kind of like that. I like the idea there, just because you get 3 power gem 4s there, and you can sort of get the additional power that you need. Otherwise, the only other choice you have is either Primal Guardian or well, actually that's not bad either, but for 1 key purposes, I think having 3 power gem 4s is going to outweigh having 1 additional 4 times commander bonus. So that's actually not a bad idea. Is that what you're already doing there? So you got Summoner Alice. I would actually that's probably not the team that you're using. I'm trying to find out which team is actually your event team right there, but what I would recommend is to, I don't see it. So let me go and take a look here. And yeah, so I definitely think that you can tweak this a little bit. So let's go with your winningest. So with the winningest team, what I would replace here is I would take out Morte Thronos, Untitled, and Summoner Alice, and I would put in Drosselmeyer, and I would keep in the Untitled, replace Morte Thronos and Summoner Alice with Drosselmeyer and 1 copy of what did I say? Light Commander and 1 copy of Sugar Plum Fairy, just so that you can round it out, and you can use the Generation 3 Commander deck to deal more damage there. So it's just that right now you're losing most of your damage and most of your health because you have the 3 Fates as a leader, and you're only powering the 3 Fates as well as the Inviolable Saturn. So you're going to have health issues and also overall damage issues. Okay, and so moving on, let's take a look at Felicia. So that's for Uko there, and Felicia, how are you today? And how's everybody doing today? Are you enjoying the event? I've been really playing it, nice and quietly and just very taking it easy and just not as stressed out as I was in the last Slayer events. I can tell you that much. So I'm happy right now. All right, so you got 2 copies of Orsang. I'm not sure if you have Oglyph. I actually showed I think I showed a deck before. I'm going to show that later that takes advantage of Oglyph. It works pretty well, actually. I like it quite a bit. And we got Arya's Army. Nice. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and delete these and sort of update the name as I see them. So that might be a little bit better than trying to go through and find everybody's names here. So I think there was, so Angela Neal, no, you're not too late to ask for help here. And Trisha Smith, so Mage Tyrion Deep, Mage Tyrion Deep, and Upside Down Socks, and Alicia, and 23 Andra. Which one are you? And also please let me know your in-game name so that I could actually go in there in case I miss you. All right, so so Felicia, so let's take a look at your collection here. So Light Commander. And so we've got Hellboy and Steadfast Nutcracker. We've got Electric Executrix, Sugar Plum Fairy. So these are all really good support cards. Like the one thing I actually kind of like is the support cards for the Light Commander event. And so Karthos. So if you can sort of combine them, they actually do a pretty good job of filling your board with gems there. And so again, some of the things that you have to consider for a commander event is whether you're going for the 1 key sort of, solo boss, or if you're looking for a 3 key option. Of course, if you're looking for 3 key option, you definitely want to use your Primal Guardian. So Primal Guardian, and you've got Ultra Ivar, so definitely put those, because in the face of having not other big power gem spawners, put those 2 and then 3 other generation 3 cards is typically going to be good enough for you to deal enough damage, at least against the ultra rare boss, sort of the overkill. May not be able to get 500% for the ultra kill, but with a trophy count sort of decrease now, it's not that big of a deal. All right, so but right now I'm sort of focusing on helping you build teams for a solo boss progression there. And so I think what I saw was you having 2 copies of Orsang there, and let's take a look and see your light human cards. Oops. And so you've got Wella and 2 copies of Orsang. So I don't know if Orsang is necessarily going to be as good for you in this situation, and definitely not Brutus Mark. So I would not use Brutus Mark, even though it generates some gems there. You are losing out on a lot of damage with this card, and so I would definitely recommend not using that. And so where I see Brutus Mark 3 there, I know that what you got is 10 times commander bonus. Instead, what I would prefer is if you used another copy of the Sugar Plum Fairy, which I think you have multiple copies of. So another copy of Sugar Plum Fairy, or another copy, or using Electric Executrix would be okay, or using Hellboy. These are all good options. You're either reducing damage, getting some heal, or you're getting a lot of gem spawn. Sugar Plum Fairy is good because she creates 6 light gems. So she'll create 6 gems, and also whenever you feel like you're taking too much damage, you can always activate her to reduce some of the damage as well. So I think she's going to be a good choice there. And so for each of these teams I'm seeing here, I would definitely replace Brutus Mark here, especially since you only have 2 Generation 3 cards in this case. Replace that with, I would say, do you have another Power Gen spawner there? I don't think I saw, but just in case, I'm going to go back and take a look again. Steadfast Nutcracker would actually be a little bit better in this case because you're using Primal Guardian and Ultra Ivar. You could use Steadfast, or you can use another support card to heal. If you wanted to do heal, then I would put in the Electric Executrix. You're going to find survivability much better for your long fights. Okay, and then for this one, where you're using 2 copies of this, great. You might as well put in the 3 Sisters instead of Brutus Mark. That's my recommendation there. Okay. All right, and so we've got through Felicia just now, and we've got Sandruxi. And after this one, after Sandruxi, I'm just going to do a quick demo of a deck that I built, and then we will go and talk to the rest of you. All right. And, one of the things is like with this, like on Thursday streams, I'm kind of, hectic trying to look at all of the chats and also kind of talking about the deck and stuff. So I don't really get a chance to showcase some of the other things. And also I don't get a chance to really respond to you guys. So let me know if there's any, if there's something I see my name, like when you tag my name, it shows up. It's a little bit easier for me to pick up. And so, but there is something that you really need my help with, I will try my best to answer it. And if I miss out, just let me know in the comment below, or you can reach out to me. So I see an error here. Do you guys see a screen? Are you guys able to see the screen there? I'm not sure if I'm just talking there. I see that somebody, so I'm live right now, but it says that there's an error here. And so I'm just, if anybody could give me a response, let me know. Otherwise, I might have to end the stream and restart again. So I'm just waiting for somebody to give me a feedback to know that I am actually still live. Because I see people viewing, but I'm not seeing any more responses. And so I'm worried that I might just be talking with no one seeing anything. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I see an error. Okay, so I see Zuzu Duck telling me that you can see it. Okay, good. Then I'm going to continue because I have my dashboard and it's telling me that some error has occurred. So, okay, good. All right, Centrixie. Let's take a look at your cards here. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for the response. And, oh, you got 2 copies of Primal Guardian. Very, very nice. Okay. And, oh, we see TPE, Legendary Game of Heroes, and J. Scott Joseph, as well as Arturo. Okay, so more people here. All right, I'm still live. Good. Thank you very much. So this is your event number 2 testing. And do you have an event number 1 testing? So you see that you got 2 copies of, and also you've got a good deck here for the ultimate boss. So that's good. And you've already got a deck that I think should be able to help you get the 500 overkill for your ultra kill boss there. So then what would we do with your regular deck? So Innovator Drosselmeyer, one of my favorite Master Collection cards. Definitely want to consider putting them in there. You've got a lot of options. I mean, with what you've got, you can you can sort of pick and choose between any of the cards that I'm seeing on the screen right here. Like literally, you can put any of these, and I think you're actually going to be fine there. My preference would be Drosselmeyer plus Sugar Plum Fairy, and if you wanted to use Inviolable Saturn, then you're going to need to use the 3 Fates. And I don't see any other event cards there. So that would be, that would be the option there. Gosh, like there's so many. And Kill Drone, these are going to be, you have a lot of options. So what I don't see is a team that I see that you're using for your solos. So if I missed something, let me know. But I think what I see here is, this team that feels like should be good for a bigger boss. But for your regular legend bosses, I would think that replacing your Primal Guardian, one of them, with Drosselmeyer is actually going to be a little bit more beneficial because you gain that many more Generation 3 heroes. And in fact, if you put in the kill drone, I wonder if that might be sufficient for even a level 300 legend. So give that a try. I feel like you might benefit a little bit more there. And so let's see. So Sandra, did you have a question for me? Not sure if I missed something. Doing not much damage. Sandra Alvarez. So yeah, so you're using the testing for solos. Yeah, so this one for solos, this is where I was thinking that you might benefit more if you replace your Primal Guardian with a, oops, not this card. You might benefit more from using Drosselmeyer in your deck. So replace one of your, I would, in fact, for just solos, if you're using 1 key, I would consider just replacing both of your Primal Guardian and instead put in Drosselmeyer. So definitely put in Drosselmeyer, and you might also consider putting in another Sugar Plum Fairy so that you can sort of fill out the board there with gems. And with the, because you want to maximize the number of power gems you have, and I would think that Kill Drone is going to be another option that you want there. Although Kill Drone requires, I think Kill Drone by himself will actually require the support card. So sort of play around with that. I think that if you're not dealing as much damage in the solos using the testing, then I would take out the Primal Guardian, put in Drosselmeyer, and you should usually see more damage. And one of the things I said is I'm going to after this one, I'm going to test out a deck for you guys. So I'm going to show you how I'm using this right now for my solos. And so let's do that quick. We've got some time, a little bit of time, but we do have quite a few people to go through. So apologize for a little bit of a delay here. And so what I should probably do is, yeah, so this is what I'm using for my ultimates. And what I'll do is I'm actually going to take these out. And I'm going to use another Sugar Plum Fairy. So like these are sort of like, this is sort of like the setup I was kind of telling you. And in this situation, I would want to, you know, basically fill out the board with gems here, and then also you know, basically sort of support my power gem spawners with some gems there. I'm not sure which one I would go with. You know, I kind of showed this one, and I'm not sure if I showed this. So this is actually one I wanted to show. For anybody who has Oglyph, actually, take a look at this. It's actually a pretty fun thing to try out. So here is the boss arena, and I'm just going to show it on one of the guild bosses there. And so if you have Oglyph, Orion is a good card to actually pair up with Oglyph because of the fact that it's also a commander card, and it also provides Gemfall. Now what I've got here is I've actually only got 2 commander cards, 2 Generation 3 cards here, but this team actually deals pretty good damage there. And so if you have 2 Oglyphs, or if you are like me and you also have the Gadrid, this is actually the order that I think you should actually activate. So you want to activate your first Oglyph/Gadrid, then you go ahead and activate Orion, and then the next time you activate, you know, Oglyph again, you'll see that you have a lot more gems that's actually on the board. And this time, and this way, when you actually do your gem swap, then you're going to deal a lot more damage this way compared to if you just did it without actually activating your Orion first. And so with this, you know, we can actually deal enough damage for the solo for the guild boss there. You know, it's on the first hit, and you can keep going because it's a 3-turn cooldown. So it's actually pretty good there. Anyways, so kind of want to make sure that I pay attention to the people I am helping here. So we do have the next person is Garsenga Steel. This is going to be a little bit of a longer stream. I did start a few minutes late, so I'm going to try and see if I can actually get through everyone. And what I'm going to do here is if I don't get through everybody on the list, these people will actually be at the top of the list for the next stream. Okay, so this is going to be a guarantee. I'm going to actually save the list of people who I don't get through, and I will make sure that I get to you the next time. So apologies if I can't, because we're just looking at the time here. All right, so let's see what we've got here with your cards. So we got Kildrone and we got Janice. So you got Janice already, and a Steadfast Nutcracker, and you got Innovator Drosselmeyer, Inviolable Saturn, Hellboy, the three Fates, Sugar Plum Fairy. Okay. So really good cards, I would say, and let's see what you are working with, what you've built already, so I can see if I can make any recommendations. So event 1, I see that you're using the Furthering Force. That would be a good sort of 1-turn, you know, type deck to actually deal a lot of good damage, and also I guess you can Dispel Armor. But I think you can also Dispel Armor with Janice there. So would this be a better choice? And I see that you're Light Event 2. That's actually the team that I was thinking about. So your Light Event 2 is great. I don't have any problems with that. And, you know, I don't have the Furthering Force, so I can't tell you how I can't tell how it's going to perform, but I imagine that with the power gems that you're generating every 2 turns, it's going to be really helpful there. So I'm not sure if, yeah, I think that you've got a pretty good setup here already. And so I would, and I don't know how to play Kildrome very well, so you're gonna be a better judge of that than I will be. Just remember that the activation order is going to be important here. When you play a card, when you have a deck that uses both Janus and also Drosselmeyer, make sure that you activate Janus first before activating Drosselmeyer, because Drosselmeyer will actually consume some of your skill points. And the thing with Janus is you need 100 skill points. So once you accumulate 100 skill points, the last thing you want is to reduce that by 50 because you use Drosselmeyer first. So make sure you activate Janus and then Drosselmeyer, then you're going to be fine, and then you're going to be able to build it up the next time again. So keep that in mind. Now, Hellboy doesn't actually increase your skill points, so that's the only other thing to consider as well. If you wanted to build up your skill point faster, then I would put in another support card. In this case, I would put in the Sugar Plum Fairy, because you are losing 2 here, but you're going to gain your skill points a lot faster, and so I would give that a try as well, just to see that that helps a little bit. Okay, and so Dark Summoner Orianna, you're up next, and then we've got Kiko and got some more time, so we will continue going until time runs out. Dark Summoner Orianna. Okay, and we got 3.0 Dumpster Fire. So let's see here in Commander Deck here. So Canis is going to be a much better version of Orion. So if you're looking to use that in your deck, then that would be a good choice there. So taking a look as well here. So you've got Oglyph. So kind of was saying here, use Canis before you activate Oglyph, and you're going to get a lot of gems there. And you got Lunar Jade Twins. So this is a much better version of Golden Warrior. You got some really good options, to be honest with you. Like if you wanted to play a deck that simply just fills the board with light gems, and then you can use Lunar Jade Twins, that's going to be a good option there. And also if you've got so since you don't really have the Magic Collection cards there, I think that use the 3 Fates, Sugar Plum Fairy, and maybe you don't have 2 copies of that. So use the 3 Fates, Sugar Plum Fairy, and your Electric Executrix. These are the 3 Generation 3 cards that you do have. And Sniping Watchhawk will create 5. And then if you use Lunar Jade Twins, this is going to be a really quick deck. You can actually use this every 3 turns, and well, not every 3 necessarily, but because of the 3 Fates. But you should be able to get your gem filled pretty often, and then you could also basically get some pretty good damage with that. So give that a try. Actually, I think that you might actually be pleasantly surprised with that, because what I'm seeing here is you have the Golden Warrior here. Again, you might as well try to replace Electric Executrix with another copy of the Lunar Jade if you wanted to give that a try, because you can actually double up on the number of power gems there. You might get more damage this way. I think you might actually get more damage, so give that a try and see how that works out. So like this is the case where you don't have any of the power gem spawners from Generation 3, but you have a really good option from Generation 2. So for sort of a quick 1 key option, go with Golden Warrior and Lunar Jade. And if you want to go for long term, then obviously use your copies of Primal Guardian. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with how much damage you can actually deal with that. Okay, and In terms of relics, I think, focus on ones that can give you power gems. That's what I will focus on. It's not so much about the gems that you can create in the beginning. It's more about the gems that you can get once you actually have more gems on the board. So for relics, I'm already out of your profile there, but I would say go with all of your light commander relics and whatever relics that can spawn power gem 2s from the generation 2 days. That would be the recommendation I have there. All right, so I'm Kiko. Do you actually use it with the apostrophe? You do. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards here, and let's see here. We've got about 10 minutes remaining of the stream, and we've got 5 more people. So I'm going to go through these 5, and then what I'm going to do afterwards is I'm going to put down the rest of the people that have requested and I couldn't get through, and then I'm going to put them in this notepad, and I'll get to you next, first in the stream. Okay, so in progress deck, that's probably what you're working on. So let's take a look at your cards. So let's take a look at the commander. So yeah, so what I really like is sometimes like when you can find an opportunity to use an older card, like a generation 2 card, it actually isn't too bad. Like there's a lot of really good options there. So it's not always just like, hey, let's just use all of the generation 3 cards that you have, because it's all about the synergy that you can get with the cards you have. And so you've got the Inventive Invocator, so that's a really good option there. And you've got Kildrone E606. You've also got the ultra rare card there, Automaton of Agony. I'm trying to remember what she does. So she'll actually increase the damage enemy takes. Okay. And this actually is good, except she doesn't actually spawn any power gems. So yeah, so reduce your damage taken and increases enemy damage taken, but you do need to have up to 300 skill points there. So this is where the Sweet Savior would have been, better in that case. So you got the 3 Fates, the Electric Executrix. Yeah, so right now the issue really is on the power gems, but I think just by using the Inventive Invocator plus your Innovative Drosselmeyer, like these 2 right here, Kildrone is another option. But again, I think this is the one that, if you don't want to use Electric Executrix, you're probably okay, because you can also create a bunch of Power Gem 2s. So just those 2, and you've even got the Steadfast Nutcracker. So you got tons of options for creating Power Gems. So literally, I think what you could do is, if health is not an issue, right? So this one doesn't actually require anything. It's just that your Drosselmeyer needs 50 skill points. And so now your Inventive will actually create one for you at 10, I think, every time you attack 10. So this is what I would do. Give this a try. You might actually be able to just do the Inventive Invocator, the 2 of them, Drosselmeyer, Steadfast Nutcracker, and the 3 Fates, just for the ×10 bonus. And if you wanted to, you can just put in 2 copies of the Steadfast Nutcracker. You're getting 4, right? 4 Light Power Gem 1s, 4, 8, and then this one gives you 9, right? Or 8. So this one 8, and then you have 6. So that's 14 plus 8, 22. And then if you get Sugar Plum, that's 28. That's 28 gems right there. I think that would be pretty good. And plus, if you have the Sugar Plum Fairy plus the ultimate form there, you're going to build up your skill point really fast. So within turn 3, turn 4, you should be able to take down almost all of your solo bosses just using that. So that would be the team that I would build. Let's see what you're, I just want to see how that compared to what you're using right now looks like. So you're using those 2. So I think this correct. So here's what I think. You want to try, and maybe you don't need the Kildrone. I would say try what I just checked out there. Or actually, I would say, I think I said 2 Steadfast. I would say instead use 1 Kildrone, 1 Steadfast, and then 1 support card there. You can use 3 Fates, or you can use Sugar Plum Fairy. I think you'll do really well with that as well. I don't know if it's going to be better than what you got going on already, because this looks pretty similar to what I have. But I would say give that a try, and let me know how it goes. Okay. All right, Kiko, that was a pretty good deck. I liked your cards there, so thanks for sharing that with me. All right, Mage Tyrant Deep. we're actually getting through everybody this time. So I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. So we've still got 44 people viewing. So that is pretty awesome. Okay, so the Reaper, yes, I'm going to put your names down and I will actually help you guys in the next stream since I won't be able to get through everybody. Okay, and 23 Andra, yeah, no, I appreciate you guys spending time here. I enjoy this. This is a good way to sort of, step out of my shell and to really just kind of spend some time with you guys and also, help the community. Okay, and so I see you got Genis, and so yeah, you have to pair Genis with 3 Fates. That is definitely goes without saying. I would take out Brutus Mark. Like, that card should be reforged. Like, they should have a reforge option for this card. This card is so old. It was used as a collection card for a deck that we had a starter deck for. Okay, so this is how old the card is, and as much as, yes, it can create up to 6 Earth Gems, I just don't like him. So I would just prefer to use another option if you have it. So you got Genis, and we have to use the 3 Fates. So those are the 2 right there. And you got Steadfast Nutcracker. So like right now, I think the better option is to look for cards that can generate power gems. Like, I think that's what's going to help you more. And the problem really with the 3 Fates type mechanic is that it spawns the gems first, and then any power gems that you create just overwrites it. So you actually lose a lot of real estate. And so I prefer not to run too many copies of those. And so I would say use Genis. And then Hellboy, Steadfast Nutcracker, the 3 Fates, and Sugar Plum Fairy or Electric Executrix would be good options there. So based on the team that I see here, so Genis, you got Hellboy here already, and so instead of Orsang, I would put in the Steadfast Nutcracker, and instead of Brutus Mark, I would put in the Sugar Plum Fairy. You're going to have number 1, you're going to have all Generation 3 heroes in the deck, so you'll do more damage overall. And 2, you're getting better power gem options, and also just better synergy overall, because you can also build up your skill point there. So you do need to also build up the skill point, and having Sugar Plum Fairy there is going to make this go a lot faster. Okay, so that's what I would recommend. Give that a try. And so Jim Paulson, yes, I think so. Kurthos is going to be the last one I go through, but I'm going to put the rest of the names that I missed, and I'm going to help you first. I'm going to go through this list first in the next upcoming stream. But if you find that you really need help with this particular event, reach out to me, and I can try and help you out there. Okay, all right. So 3 more remaining. Let's take a look at Upside Down Socks. Again, I should stop typing when I'm trying to enter it into the phone. Upside Down Socks. All right, so I see the event team here, and this immediately looks good to me. The only thing is, my question is whether or not the 2 copies of 3 Fates is necessarily a good thing. I mean, it's not bad since you get the ×10 commander bonus. And so what I see here is, okay, so you got Innovator Drosselmeyer, and you got Inviolable Saturn, and then you got the 2 copies of the 3 Fates, and I think you have the Nutcracker. No, you don't have the Nutcracker. You have the Electric Executrix. I think the reason you want to put in the Electric Executrix is so that you can use the power gem of one of your relics. But while you will be able to build up your power gems, you'll be able to build up your skill points fast this way. You're not losing all that much. I think you just need 100 for the Inviolable Saturn. You might benefit from using the Nutcracker, even though you're losing 1 Power Gem 3 there. You are gaining 4 Power Gem 1s, and plus you're getting a little bit more that you can fill up the space with. I would give that a try. Otherwise, this team looks really good. So Upside Down Socks, this is the team that I think would be work well for you for, in general, the solo bosses. And while I'm here, I'm just going to take a quick look and see if you have any options for sort of the bigger bosses. And really what I'm looking for is if you have a copy of, either the Ultra Ivor or the Golden, so the Primal Guardian. But I do see that you have a couple of copies of Orsang plus Oglyph. And so, if you wanted to just kind of have fun with it, that's obviously another choice as well. But yeah, so I would go with that team. Let me know how it works out. All right, down to the last two here, and I see a question from Mount Failmore. How likely do I think that by the time most free-to-play have accumulated enough MC and UR dust, Network will pull another switcheroo to set everybody way back again? Honestly, I'm in touch with them, and I can tell you that their thinking ultimately is they want to give free-to-play players, a chance to be competitive. That's definitely their intent. But I think they're also trying to balance it with, well, there are people who are completely free to play and there are players who are, pay to win. And what's the right balance to, in terms of progression? What is the right balance? What is the right level of progression here? And so I know that they're constantly adjusting things, but if you take a look at sort of the progression of the quests over the last few weeks, I would say that they're actually moving in the right direction here. Like the first couple were really painful, but I think that it's getting to a point where I think it might actually get better. So I would hope that they're not just gonna sweep the rug from under our feet, more so than they have in some cases. But in general, I think their intent is good. We just have to wait and see. So I think I'm playing this event like I'm just collecting the dust, and we'll see if I get something next time. And I'm really sort of at the mindset where if I don't get the best deck every event, I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna keep saving it for the next time when I get a better option. So that's how I feel about it. So I don't know if they're gonna do it. I hope not. All right. So we'll see. All right. I see already some really good options there that I'm pretty happy to see, and I saw some pretty inventive decks there by Alicia here. So we got the ultimate form here, so that obviously is going to stay. And you've got, since you got the 3 Fates and Inviolable Saturn, might as well use that as well. So those will be the 3. Billy Fritz, thank you very much. That really means a lot to me. Then the rest of the 2 cards that you want to put in there, I guess the challenge right now is you need more gems. But honestly, I feel like, if you've already got the 3 Fates and you got the Ultimate Form and you got the Inviolable Saturn, you already got cards that can build up the skill points. And so it might not be a bad idea to simply just fill in with Steadfast Nutcracker. I mean, like, what does Duros do again? Duros will only create at 300. So for every 60 at 120, you'll get 2. Not quite worth it. I think that you can get a pretty good, like, fast deck just by using the Invocator, Steadfast Nutcracker, 2 copies of it, Inviolable Saturn, and the 3 Fates. So that means 5 turns, and you'll be able to get everything, just knock it out of the park. So I would go with that, and I see this. This is awesome. So I see that you are basically using... I would imagine that you're going to use Gadget first because you want to make sure you have the least number of power gems or light gems on the board. So you want to activate Gadget first, then Orsang, then draw some the inventive Invocator, and then your 2 copies of Golden Warrior, because you do need to make sure that you have more gems. But if you're going to do that, you might actually benefit more. Let's see if you have this card. So you've got Mage. You might consider putting Canis in instead of Orsang. So literally what you should do is activate Canis. Yeah, activate Canis, then activate Gadget, so you can get mostly full board of gems, then activate your Inventive Invocator, and then 2 copies of Golden Warrior. You're going to get a lot more power gems, you're going to deal a lot more damage this way, so I would definitely go with that approach. I like this deck, honestly. Like, I think that's a really fun deck that you built right there, but just make that one tweak. You need a Gem Rain card instead of Orsang. Orsang is not going to help you very much there. The most you get is 4 power gems, but I would actually go with that. And you know, your Pineapple Express, there you go. That's also a good team right there. I think the only thing that I mentioned that's a little different was, I can't remember which one I said there, but yeah, these are good teams there. I'm happy with that. All right, so finally we are down to our last one there, and Clemens, welcome to the stream. So I usually do a little bit shorter. This time I decided to go a little bit longer because I was about 5 minutes late. But for those of you who are joining me, obviously I won't be able to help you right now. But what I've told everybody is, if you put your name in the chat here, I'm going to go back through. I'm going to list out all those names, and I'm going to put it in the list, and you will be the first ones I go through in the next upcoming stream, instead of just going from the top again, just so that I can make sure that I'm fair to those who have spent their time in the stream and not end up getting the help that they were looking for. And as always, you can always reach out to me in the network app and ask questions. I will try and help out. What was the other card? I'll have to go back, but it was, I think, Drosselmeyer and 2 copies of Steadfast. I'll have to go back and look, but it was another one that you can play around. I think it was either a power gen spawner or something. I think you'll be able to do really well there. All right, so Kurthos, you are the last one on the list. I am very happy I was able to get through everybody this time in the stream. So thank you for bearing with me. Kiko, you are awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around for this long stream here. And let's see. So you've got Assault Yuju. I'm assuming that's because you want to have some light gem spawns, which isn't too bad of an idea in general. But I would say you have better options there. In fact, you have 2 copies of Hellboy, so you'll actually get better output with that. And so, okay, so this is where then using the Inviolable Saturn, that's a good choice there. Orsang is probably not going to be as useful just because it only creates 2. I would rather you do a mix of all 3 commander cards. So Steadfast Nutcracker for sure, Sugar Plum Fairy, the 3 Fates, and Electric Executrix. What you want to do is you want to cover those 3 cards so you can use all of your relics for power gem spawns. And then you've got, for your 5th card, you can choose to use either Hellboy or Duras. So if you're running 3 support cards plus relics, I would put in Duras and Steadfast Nutcracker, because you're going to be able to build up your power, your skill. Inviolable Saturn. So you're going to run with Sugar Plum Fairy, Electric Executrix, 3 Fates, Inviolable Saturn, and then Duras. I think that actually might be a good choice. And if you find that it takes too long for you to get powered enough for Duras, then put in the Steadfast Nutcracker. And so the way you want to activate this is 3 Fates first, then Inviolable Saturn when the Chevron comes up, then you activate Steadfast Nutcracker, then your Sugar Plum Fairy, and Electric Executrix next. But I would generally activate the 2 support cards, your 3 Fates and Electric Executrix, right away. So the way you want to do this is you want to take advantage of her passive heal. So the way to play this card, make sure you get the passive heal, and then when everything's ready to go, then you can activate her again for 2 more light gems. That's going to be helpful there. Okay, so that actually takes care of everyone that I said was going to help out. And there are obviously those of you who are still around in the chat I wasn't able to get through. So Cedric Leroy, again, so sorry about that. But I will definitely go through the list after this, and I will be going through and helping you guys out. And so that's probably going to be it for me for the stream. It is a little bit longer here. And so yeah, Cedric, I will Judge Dredd. I will definitely help you out there. And just want to make sure it's JUGE Dread instead of JUDGE Dread. I believe I've helped you in the past, and I'll put the name down here, and I'll help you first in the next stream. And if you wanted to reach out to me, you can always look for me. So that's all for me. So thanks to everybody. I hope you have a great event. And I'm going to also try to continue to come out with like these short little videos just to talk about some of the things that I've sort of mentioned in the stream tier. And let me know what you think. And let me know if you prefer me to go back to the vertical format for the short videos, so I won't have my picture or anything like that on there. I was just trying something out where I can kind of show the team alongside the team I'm using. But again, your feedback is always appreciated. And thanks a lot for your time. Thanks a lot for watching. And I will see you the next time. All right. Take care. Bye, everybody.